So your fiancé is unemployed? I'm shocked. I saw him in his pajamas with messy bedhead in the middle of a weekday. Yikes, is this what they call a mooch? That's too funny.
What are you talking about, Ashley? My fiancé isn't unemployed. Were you spying on us from somewhere? Did you come to our house?
Yeah, I did. I heard you were getting married, so I was curious what kind of weirdo would want you. I was planning to wait at your place and meet him when he came home, but surprisingly, your fiancé just walked out of the house in his pajamas to get the mail. I just couldn't handle it when I saw how scruffy he is. But it makes sense now. Only that kind of guy would fall for someone like you. Otherwise, there's basically no benefit to marrying you.
You're saying some really inappropriate things. If you wanted to meet him, you should have called first. Sneaking around and spying on us is creepy.
Are you afraid of being spied on because you have something to hide? You probably wanted to hide how pathetic he is, but it's fine, right? That kind of guy suits someone like you perfectly.
Why would you think he's unemployed just because he was in casual clothes at home? He could work from home or have flexible hours.
Oh, please. I know what unemployment looks like. Messy hair, pajamas at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, a classic deadbeat. I can't believe you're defending this.
You have no idea what his work situation is. You made a snap judgment based on one glimpse of him. That's absurd.
Don't be naive. I've seen enough to know. If he had a real job, he'd be dressed properly, even at home. Professional people maintain standards.
That's ridiculous. Plenty of successful people dress comfortably when working from home. What century are you living in?
The century where real professionals have offices and dress codes, but I guess you wouldn't know about that world.
You've always hated me, haven't you? Why do I have to be talked to like this?
Huh? Because I hate you, obviously. You got all the attention just because you have a pretty face. Unlike me, you weren't good at studying, but when you put in a little effort, you got praised again. Even though your education isn't as good as mine, somehow you lucked into a decent job, and now you're getting married earlier than expected. I've been wondering why everything in your life goes so well, but honestly, I'm relieved to see it's actually like this. The reality is that losers only marry losers.
So that's how it is. We're not hiding anything. Spy on us all you want looking for flaws. I don't care anymore. But stop bad-mouthing my fiancé when you know nothing about him.
Are you trying to act like some heroic protagonist? It's gross, so please stop. If you don't want people saying bad things, maybe marry someone without flaws. Oh, wait. You can't. You're just a mediocre woman who's empty inside without constant validation. This is your only chance to find a chance at a normal happiness.
That's what you want to believe, isn't it? Say whatever you want, but doesn't it make you feel empty? Treating your own little sister like this? Instead of desperately throwing insults, why don't you enjoy your life more? You married a good guy, right? Why don't you focus on your own life with him rather than get obsessed about putting me and my husband down?
Don't worry about that. We're living our best life. My husband is successfully running his company as a CEO. He was surprised when I told him I quit my job, but in the end, he knows that I'm the only woman worthy of an elite like him. I realized that elite people really are the best.
Good for you. You became a stay-at-home wife right after getting married, so you've never actually worked in a company and are being supported by his income.
Yeah, that's right. I can honestly say now that I went to a good university mainly to marry someone wonderful.
Is that really what you wanted from your education? I thought you were passionate about your field.
Don't pretend to know what I want. My university pedigree helped me find a husband with status and money. That was always the end goal.
I remember you talking about your career aspirations when we were younger. What happened to those dreams?
Dreams are for children. I grew up and realized that the smartest path is marrying well. It's the ultimate career move.
Well, people have different reasons for going to university, but aren't you worried about never having experienced working as a professional?
Worried? About what? I trust my husband and he won't fail. His company has deals with top-tier corporations, so it's stable. I'm supporting him properly. There's nothing to worry about.
Well, if that works for you, then fine.
What, are you trying to be snarky? Sorry, but if you don't have to work, it's better not to. Though I guess that's a lifestyle you'll never know now that you're stuck with a freeloader.
I keep telling you that's not true.
Let me be honest with you. Marrying an unemployed broke guy, have you thrown your life away? It's embarrassing to have him as a relative, so my elite husband and I will skip your wedding. Oh, and for your future, don't come asking us for help when things go wrong. We have absolutely no intention of helping you. You chose this path, so take responsibility for it yourself.
You've made up your mind without even meeting him properly. How can you be so judgmental?
I don't need to waste time meeting him. The evidence is clear. You've always made poor decisions, and this is just the latest one.
So you won't come to the wedding? Are you sure about that? The wedding will be a very important day for me and my fiancé. Having my own sister and her husband not attend will make a bad impression on his family. And we really might never have any decent relationship after this. Won't you regret it?
What? There's no way we'd regret it. There's no reason to regret it in the first place. Don't get cocky. Not having any relationship with you and your fiancé's family is actually convenient for us.
I see. Understood.
Why do you sound so calm? Aren't you upset that your perfect sister won't grace your pitiful wedding?
I gave you a chance to reconsider. If this is truly your decision, I'll respect it and move forward accordingly.
Ooh, so formal suddenly. You think you sound mature, but you just sound desperate.
Think what you want. I've said what I needed to say.
Fine. Enjoy your sad little wedding with your unemployed loser. Just remember, when it all falls apart, don't come crying to me.
I won't. You've made your position very clear.
By the way, isn't your wedding today? You must be so embarrassed right now, not even having your own family attend. Well, make sure you explain to the guests that you're such losers that your own sister cut ties with you.
Mom is amazed that you don't know anything. You're seriously texting me with nasty comments even on a day like this? You must have a lot of free time.
Huh? Why are you acting so cocky? And what about Mom?
Sorry, but I'm busy today. Mom will contact you about the rest.
What? What are you trying to say? Did the wedding get canceled or something?
I don't think it's the kind of news that would make you happy.
Stop being cryptic. Just tell me what's going on.
I'm about to walk down the aisle. Some of us have weddings to attend.
Are you seriously going through with this farce? I can't believe Mom is even there.
Mom wouldn't miss it for the world. She's been helping us plan for months.
Whatever. I bet it's some pathetic ceremony at the city hall or something.
You should check social media later. I think you'll find it illuminating.
Why would I waste my time looking at your sad little wedding photos?
No reason, just a suggestion. Enjoy your day.
What's going on? Your fiancé isn't unemployed?
You heard from Mom, right? It's just like you heard. That's why I asked if you would regret not coming.
I mean, how was I supposed to know your fiancé is the CEO of that famous tech company?
It would have been a nice surprise if you had come to the wedding, but you said you wanted to cut ties with me, and I knew if I told you, you'd just pile on more insults, so I didn't think it was worth mentioning.
You should have told me! Your wedding is apparently this super luxurious ceremony with celebrities attending. Why wouldn't you invite us? It could have been a huge opportunity to expand my husband's business connections. You really don't think of others, do you?
I did invite you originally. You're the one who decided to cut ties with me and refused to attend based on your own prejudice. Besides, honestly, I don't care what happens to your husband's business. If you had come, you could have done whatever you wanted, but you didn't come, so there's nothing that can be done now.
This is unbelievable. I just saw the news articles. Your wedding is trending. Why would you keep this from me?
You made assumptions and refused to listen when I tried to correct you. I stopped trying after a while.
But he was in pajamas in the middle of the day. How was I supposed to know he was some tech genius who works from home?
Maybe by meeting him properly instead of spying and jumping to conclusions?
You are so selfish. You've been spoiled since you were little because you were pretty, so you can't consider other people's circumstances. Fine, we'll come right now.
It's too late. We haven't prepared seats for you, so you'll be turned away at the door.
You can't do this to me. I'm your sister.
The same sister who called my fiancé a mooch and said it would be embarrassing to have him as a relative? That sister?
I made a mistake. People make mistakes. You're being vindictive.
The ceremony is starting. I have to go.
Don't you dare ignore me. I am coming right now.
Security has your photo. They won't let you in. Please don't embarrass yourself. Are you listening? Your sister contacted me. I'm surprised you hadn't told her everything already. Still, you did invite her, right? And she didn't come of her own accord. That's just like your sister. Yeah, that's right. She refused to attend and then suddenly changed her mind and wanted to attend the ceremony, but we didn't let her in. Of course not! Your sister has always been like that, but her bad traits have become more noticeable lately. I've been reflecting. I feel like I've done you wrong, Sophie, seeing you so happy at your wedding yesterday, with so many people celebrating you. I don't want your sister to interfere with your happiness anymore. Thanks, Mom. You had to deal with Ashley yesterday, didn't you? I know she always throws tantrums when things don't go her way, so it must have been tough. Well, she was screaming to be let in, so we had to call security to have her removed. I used to think she only showed that side of herself to family, but it's embarrassing for her if others see it. She's still acting like that as an adult. It's been a while since I've seen her that way. That sounds difficult. Thank you. No, I think it's partly our fault as parents. She's competitive and has a lot of pride, but she tends to compare herself to others and tries to bring them down. She's caused you a lot of trouble. Yeah, honestly, I can't say she hasn't. She tried to bring her personal grudges to my wedding day, and as soon as she realized she could use me, she started claiming it was my fault she couldn't attend. She only thinks about herself, now and in the past. You were always the pretty one to the neighbors and got a lot of attention, but you weren't great at studying, so your sister tried hard academically. But even though academics weren't your strong point, you worked hard and got into a good university and found a job. Your sister was good at studying and got into a great university, but she relied too much on that reputation and never even got a job. I'm sure she didn't want to work, but in the end, you built a career, worked hard, and even had a smooth path to marriage. I think she's jealous. Yeah, I knew that. I never did anything to hurt her, and I honestly respected her and tried to follow her example at times. But she just saw me as an obstacle. Her only way to feel better about herself was to put me down. I think that's what led to this situation. That's right. Even so, she was academically successful, so I thought she would eventually find her own happiness. But she can't help but focus on you and be mean. Being good at studying and doing well in society are different things. My sister was good at studying, but that's all she had. She's not stupid, so I think she could put those skills to use if she learned how to treat people better. But she needs to be given the opportunity to learn. Until now, I've tried to protect myself by avoiding interactions with her. But this time, I think I'll make sure she learns a proper lesson. What do you mean? Are you planning something? Well, I'm thinking I might shut that smart mouth of hers for good. Sophie, I know she's hurt you, but don't do anything you'll regret. Don't worry, Mom. This isn't about revenge. It's about consequences. What kind of consequences are you thinking of? Let's just say Ashley is about to learn that her actions have real-world implications.
You really put me through a lot yesterday. Security guards came and wouldn't let me in. How could you do something so terrible to your own sister?
You're the one who said you wouldn't attend your own sister's wedding. I just refused late entry. There were quite a few celebrities there, and I wanted to have a worry-free wedding without unexpected intruders.
But why did you have to end the business deal with my husband? What's going on?
That's exactly what happened. I told my husband, who's the CEO, about yesterday's incident. Apparently, his company has been doing business with your husband's company, but he's decided to terminate that relationship.
Why? That's unnecessary. We just didn't attend yesterday, and in the end, we weren't even allowed into the venue. Stopping the business relationship is too cruel.
Not attending is the problem. My husband comes from a pretty old family. The fact that my own sister didn't attend already made a bad impression, and I couldn't hide the reason. So my husband and his family were quite angry, and they decided they won't do business anymore with a company run by such a rude CEO who can't read the room.
Wait, that might be fine for your husband's big company, but for us, the business with your husband's company takes up a significant part of the total contracts he has. If the deal ends now, my husband's company will take a serious hit.
Really? Then maybe you should have lived more humbly.
I thought your fiancé was unemployed. If I had known he was a business partner, I would have been more respectful.
Your anger doesn't help. I told you about the nasty comments you made before the wedding, and you deliberately sent hurtful texts on my wedding day to upset me. My husband is really disgusted by all this.
Please, Sophie, you have to understand. I was just upset. I didn't mean all of those things I said.
Really? Because you've been saying similar things for years. It only changed when you found out who my husband is.
That's not true. I was just concerned for you.
Concerned? Is that what you call mocking me and my choices? Telling me my life is over?
I was wrong, okay? I admit it. Please, just talk to your husband. This deal is critical for us. I won't contact you anymore. So please stop the business termination. My husband is furious with me, and he might divorce me if this continues.
Yes, I'm sure. My husband said that if your husband divorces you, he'll reduce but continue the business relationship.
Why would he set such a horrible condition? That's awful.
Because you've been saying nasty things to me all this time. But that's just because you were jealous of me for not trying hard enough yourself, right?
What are you trying to say?
You've been focusing too much on what you don't have. You could have been satisfied with your current situation and lived happily, but you were too fixated on jealousy. Instead of envying me for what you lack, you should have developed your own strengths. I struggled a lot with my exams, and I thought I could never match you with your good university.
It's obvious that you can't match me.
Then why not just leave me alone? Why did you keep bothering me and smirking about how you're better than me?
Well,
I made up for my weaknesses through steady effort and consistently did what I could. That's why I am where I am today. I got a proper job, worked hard, and met a good person. I'm not perfect, but I try to be. You, on the other hand, got lazy halfway through. You're the one who decided not to get a job. If only you had been happy with that decision, maybe you could have become a wonderful homemaker.
That's right. That's why I'm happily living as a housewife now.
But you kept insulting me because deep down, you look down on yourself the most for not being able to get a job and depending on others. And you couldn't accept that about yourself, even though you should be proud of the life you've led.
That's not true.
You should make yourself happy on the path you've chosen, but instead of using your brain to be happy, you tried to fill the emptiness in your heart by insulting others. Who would want to be around such a self-centered, boring person? That's why everyone has left you.
My husband is different. Don't take him away from me.
If that's what you think, try to fix it yourself. Will he choose you over his work? The result will reflect your past behavior. If you can't reflect even then, you can just keep envying others, denying your own powerlessness, and crying in your personal hell forever.
Please, I am begging you. This can't be happening.
It already is happening. The contract termination papers were sent this morning.
My husband will blame me for this. He'll never forgive me.
That's between you and him. Maybe this is the wake-up call you both need.
How can you be so cold? We're sisters.
A fact you conveniently remembered only when you needed something from me.
I'll change. I promise. I'll be better.
Words are easy. Let's see what actions follow. After that, my sister seemed to finally understand my words and stopped contacting me. As expected, her bad behavior had been terrible at home as well, and her husband divorced her without hesitation, leaving her in dire straits. My sister, who is capable of learning, has since become careful not to insult others, found a part-time job, and started working diligently. My mother is surprised at how different she is now, like she's been reborn, and regrets that we spoiled my sister too much in the past. I somewhat hope that my sister can continue living a life where she doesn't have to envy others. I heard she's working at that marketing firm downtown. She's been there for 3 months now, and her supervisor says she's doing quite well. The divorce was a harsh lesson, but perhaps one she needed. She's living in that small apartment and supporting herself completely. No more relying on others or putting people down. Only time will tell if she really has changed and has learned from her mistakes. But I'm cautiously optimistic.